Hey, what is going on, my air sign collective? What is crack-a-lacking? It is your girl, Tracy, Ascension 225, Tero and Ortico. What up, air signs? My Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquarians. What is going on, y'all? Listen, it is officially September 10th, and we got two main events happening, you guys. So listen up, all right? Listen up. I put out a short video of what was going on planetarily for the month of September. So if you need additional information, I will attach that video at the end. So today's September 10th. First thing that's going on is we've got a full moon in Virgo, you guys. A full moon in Pisces, okay? Pisces is water sign, all about emotion. Okay, water signs are all about that emotion. All right. Um, so and being sensitive. So it may people a little bit more sensitive than they typically are during this full moon, and you may have an opportunity to tap in to clarity, perspectives, perceptiveness, all that stuff. And on top of the full moon in Pisces, we also have Mercury retrograde in Virgo. Okay, so if you know anything about Mercury retrogrades, which Mercury is my ruling planet, I was born May 22nd. So that's my ruling planet. It's all about intellectual and analytical thought processes. Because air signs, we think, and we analyze everything for the most part. And then, it also governs clear, concise, transparent communication. If you know anything about air signs, sometimes people say, oh, yes, please be honest, please be honest. And then air signs will tell them what they really feel or what they really think. And people get offended because maybe sometimes we're a little bit too blunt, a little bit too honest. Maybe we forgot the whipped cream, the cherry, and the sprinkles. I don't know. Hold on. Not really liking that. Hold tight for a second. Sorry, you guys, for that interruption, but something was just really throwing me off. The music actually was really throwing me off. Okay, so we're back. So, Mercury, clear, concise, transparent communication, and also intellectual, analytical thought processes. Retrograde, Mercury moves backward, or it's feeling like it's going to move backwards in the zodiac. Okay, so a lot of times Mercury retrogrades are time to look back at things, people, places, and things from the past. Okay, um, I see it as, it can be a crazy time because, your speech gets all tangled up and, words come tumbling out all over the place when you're trying to speak. So it definitely interferes with that. I mean, you will have, you know, you can communicate clearly, but it just may be kind of jumbled up in a way. Your electronics may have issues; they may fail during Mercury retrograde. Um, but I see it as a time where you can kind of look back on people, places, and things. Maybe you can make amends. Maybe you can mend fences. Maybe you can come to an agreement. Maybe you can forgive. Maybe you can um, hash things out, or just see it from another perspective, in so that you're able to move forward from anything that from the past that may be holding you back. And like I said, it could be people, places, or things, you guys. So if you don't know anything about Mercury retrograde, first of all, it's going to be in Virgo, which is an earth sign. So earth signs are all about stability, traditional ways of thoughts and beliefs and all that other stuff. So, like I said, this full moon in Pisces is going to increase your perception along with Mercury retrograde. Um, it's a time for breaking or curbing normal patterns in your life. especially like we were talking about, if you feel kind of stuck from something that happened in the past, or stagnant, you know what I mean? So resistance really to change, it's futile, you guys, because without change, you're not moving forward. And without moving forward, there is no change. Okay. So this is a way of reflecting back on things in order to move forward. This is a time to be more open, maybe listen more, talk less if need be. You know what I mean? Listen to your intuition, be flexible. All right. And like we were talking about, Mercury does increase your communication. So maybe if you weren't as forthright or as clear with your communication, this could be a time where it may be. And Mercury retrograde starts September 10th. And if I'm not mistaken, ends October 9th. If I'm wrong, somebody put it in the comments. Thank you. Um, so like I said, this is a retrograde in Virgo. So somebody may instill some stronger boundaries, some stronger limitations when it comes to other energies in their energy, in their space. You might break down some societal structures. Earth signs, like I said, stand on traditional ways of thinking and believing. So maybe this may be a time to fly and soar like an eagle, and maybe from that higher perspective, you could see things a little bit differently, and maybe get out of that cassette tape player way of thinking and graduate, you know, to just a higher way of looking at things. And this is also the time to find more balance and alignment in your life. So take advantage of what Mercury retrograde has to offer. You know, we know some of the positives, we know some of the negatives. Everything has a yin and a yang to it, and just be able to use it to your best advantage. So today, this is, of course, in honor of Mercury retrograde and the full moon. We're going to just give you some general ancestor messages today. Tap into what your soul has to say as we finish out the rest of September, you guys, and see what messages ancestors and your spirit team have to relay to my Geminis, my Libras, and my Aquarians. Now, for the sake of time, because I am long winded, all the decks laying out on the table have been shuffled at least 3 times, meditated, and prayed on. Okay. If I feel an extra need to shuffle, I will. The spirit team that I've called in, my spirit team, and asked them to reach out to your spirit teams, are surrounding us now, ready and waiting to give clear, concise messages with love and compassion, truth and honesty. My spirit team, they are cheeky, they do curse, so that's that, you know what I mean. um but spirit's job is to always lead us towards our north node, and they will never do anything to jeopardize us. So you may get messages that don't have whipped cream or cherries on top, but if they resonate with your soul, then take that shit. If they don't, leave it on the table. Okay, you guys. All right. So collective reading. If you need a private reading, click on my banner. It'll take you to my Thumbtack page where you can book a reading with me. I have all 5-star ratings. And also, I'm giving away, and I have just given away, whoever, Poppy Faye, and the other person might want to collect on your free reading for the month of September. Oh, shoot. I don't know what I did with that card, but Poppy Faye and one other person won. To collect on your reading for September, and the first week of October, I will also select one random subscriber as a winner of a 30-minute free reading. So if you are into getting a free reading, do me a favor. Don't be afraid to hit that like button to say, hey, what's up, Trace? I'm ready to hear a great message. And then share and subscribe, because I pick a random subscriber, you guys. And whoever you share my page with, my channel with, they also have a chance of winning. Okay. If you are not interested in winning a free reading, you can also share and subscribe as well. But you can, if I do call your name or whatever, you can let me know that, hey, I'm good. I wish to donate it to somebody else, and I'd be happy to pass it on. Okay, you guys? All right. So without further ado, 10:10 on the clock. Yes, it's all about new cycles, closing out of cycles, new journeys. That's what it's all about as we round out 2022, you guys. So let's find out, air signs. What is crack-a-lacking? What do the spirit teams want to tell you that will enhance your life in some kind of way? All right, so let's see here. I'm just going to fold these cards a few times. I hope everybody in the collective is doing well today. All of my Jimmy Jams, my Libras, and my fellow Aquarians. I hope all is well in your world. And everybody has challenges in life, but rely on Holy Spirit to help guide you towards what you need. All right. But I'm sending you positive vibes, positive juju. Please send positive juju back. I am a high priestess, so I rebuke negative energy as well as hexes and spells. So y'all can keep that shit. If you send it my way, it will come back to you tenfold. Just saying. All right, so let's go ahead and find out what Spirit has to say for our air signs as far as what does your soul want to say at this time? What does your soul have to say? All right, what does your soul have to say, air signs? What does it have to say? What does your soul have to say? Let's just cut it in half. We've got grief and we've got failure. Okay. If there's anybody in the air sign collective that may be feeling these feelings of grief and failure over people, places, or things in your life, you can acknowledge those feelings. Yes, of course, acknowledge them, grieve over them, cry over them, whatever. But we got to continue to move forward. We don't want to get stuck in this type of energy, right? I have doubt and I have death. Okay. Um, Death for me feels like um, death of a cycle, death of a chapter. Something's over. Maybe somebody's doubting whether something's over or not. I don't know. But we're going to give these a quick shifty to see if we can get a couple more cards that tap into the air sign collective. Okay. Holy Spirit, we're tapping in and tuning into the Geminis, the Libras, and the Aquarius of the universe. Can you give us a few more soul cards tapping into the air signs? Soul, we've got balance. Yeah. And when we were talking about Mercury retrograde, that's one of the things that we just spoke about is keeping and remaining in balance as we go through turbulence, right? Any other cards for what the air sign soul has to say today, Holy Spirit, that can lead them, that they can address at this time and, assist them as we round out September. We have fear, false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. And we all feel fear. We're only spiritual beings having a human experience, right? And we all feel fear. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes when we feel fear, a lot of times we got to harness that strength inside of us to say, F you, fear, fuck you, man. I'm still going to move forward. I'm still going to do it, even though I'm afraid. All right. And what do we have on the bottom? What is your purpose, air signs? You're here as a human being, a spiritual being having a human experience. But what is your purpose here? It took me 50 plus years to figure out that my purpose here as a spiritual being is not only to spiritually elevate, but uh, to also be a healer, healing through yoga, healing through meditation, healing through divination like tarot, you know. So I like that. We're just going to put that on the bottom. So, like I said, we've got grief. I don't know what may have transpired or what is transpiring in your life. There is no time in the spiritual realm, so only divine timing. So it could be past, present, future. All right. Spirit says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate that. Okay. So maybe this is how you feel. You lost something. And now, as you look back on things, and Mercury retrograde will definitely assist with looking back on things, is how I felt about that person, place, or thing, and how I feel about losing it. Um, Especially if now that you're looking back and you can appreciate what you had, maybe it's too late now, though. It's all learning lessons that we're going through, right? Failure. Somebody may actually feel this way about themselves, like they're a failure. You know, after being married twice and divorced twice, I felt like a failure, each time. Like, man, my parents were married for 51 years before my mom passed away. And even through the ups and downs of, what every relationship goes through, they stuck it out for 51 years, right? But you got to get over these feelings of fear and failure, because if you get stuck in these feelings and beat yourself up, you cannot move forward. And that's why we're here. We're here to learn the lessons that we agreed to work on when we came back to this Malkuth. Learn those lessons, spiritually ascend, love with reckless abandon, because love is the highest vibration, and to do what we agreed to, when we came down here. So get over these failures. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And if you have that mindset, you won't get stuck in fear and failure, because it's all about balance. We're here collaborating with Holy Spirit, with your spirit team, with the divine, okay, the source, whatever you want to call that higher power. We're here co-creating with them. We're not doing this shit all on our own. When going through the ups and downs, the ins and outs, when life goes sideways, trying to keep that balance of emotion and remaining grounded at the same time can be a bitch sometimes, right? But this is Spirit's way of saying, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And don't judge yourself, air signs. That starts there, because we already talked about fear. We've got fear, grief, and failure here. So either air signs are feeling this way right now, or will feel this way, or have felt this way in the recent past. Okay, over something. Okay, maybe struggling to find that balance. I don't know. Or maybe this is how somebody feels that's in your energy field. But the foundation is, what is your purpose here? Maybe whatever happened, maybe this grief and this failure and this fear that somebody may still be feeling, right? Or maybe stuck in, there was a purpose behind it. Maybe it was just for a season. It was a lesson that needed to be learned, right? And you would not have been able to learn that lesson unless you went straight through whatever it was. There was purpose to that, and there's purpose to your life. So, very interesting. Let's keep these cards very close. So, if we need to look at them again, we can. What is the source? What is the source behind this this grief, this fear, this failure. You know what I mean? Let's Holy Spirit, we are tapping in and tuning into our air signs, our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What is some of this energy? Hold on, let me just put this back on here. I just want to have it out front instead. Change my mind. All right. What are these feelings of grief, failure, fear, purpose, and balance for our air signs, or Gemini's, Libra, and Aquarius, Holy Spirit? Can you please, with this deck that I'm holding, please give us some clarification as to why some of our air signs are feeling this way. Let's crack the deck open in the middle. Happiness, yeah. Wholeness, feeling overjoyed, smiling. That's the objective, right? And when you feel balanced, you have a tendency to feel this happiness. And maybe that's what the air signs are moving towards, that feeling of ecstatic happiness. Sunflowers, right? And that this sunflower picture reminds me of the actual sun and how much happiness the sun brings, and that the sun card in the tarot deck is the happiest card in the whole deck, right? It's that, just that overjoy feeling of happiness. And then we've got this roller coaster. Somebody is going through the highest highs in an adrenaline rush right now. So somebody may be on some form of roller coaster, maybe in trying to find this happiness. All right, Holy Spirit, can you please clarify for the Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses? Let the cards fall where they may. What is this energy that's on the table? The grief, failure, the fear, the balance. What's the purpose of all of this, Holy Spirit? Can you please give us some messages using this deck for our air signs, how they may be feeling at this time? How do our air signs feel at this time, Holy Spirit? Whoa. I'm not taking all those. How are the air signs feeling at this time, Holy Spirit? What is this fear, this failure, this grief? Who's feeling this way? Is this the air signs or cross watchers? Let me see. Bounty Hunter. What other messages do you have, Holy Spirit, for our air signs, our Geminis, our Libras, and our Aquarius? With the cards fall where they may. All right. Any other messages? Last few shuffles for our air signs using this deck. What other messages do you have to show the air signs, Holy Spirit? What is going on with this within their soul? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So air signs. At the bottom of the deck, we have this love affair, this dirty little secret, possibly a down low bro or a down low Joe. I don't know, Joe as in female. Maybe somebody's having a love affair, if they're, maybe if they're involved in a committed relationship or a marriage, maybe they're having a dirty little secret like love affair on the side, or it could be a same sex love affair and somebody's just on the down low and they're not being upfront and honest about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Um. Yeah. So on the grief card, what fell is this desire card in reverse. There's no sexual chemistry. The desire is gone. And somebody's not seeking this lusty, lustful um, situation or energy, but they're feeling in grief about. Maybe they're feeling in grief because of this love affair. Okay. Or maybe they're feeling in grief because they are on the down low and they are not being honest, but maybe this love affair has lost its luster because the desire is in the reverse anymore. Maybe they've lost their taste for it. And then I've got lockbox, closed in, trapped, frustrated in the upright. This is somebody who maybe becoming unlocked, untrapped, right? It just feels like this person. It feels like a closet to me in a way, like a person not willing to divulge their real sexual um what their real sexual preference and being on the down low. And I feel like being locked up in a closet, like maybe they're releasing this closed in, trapped in feeling, that because it has them in this sort of like grief type of situation. And when I picked up the love affair card, the next card down was legal. Somebody may be going to court or having to do some paperwork. Okay. Or paperwork has been filed. Could be about this love affair, this secret. Sometimes this could be legal, like actually going to a courthouse and the judge throwing down the gavel in the 3D, or this could be legal in the 5D, meaning spiritual court. Okay. Yeah. So spiritual court can a lot of times mean towers or, the scales of justice being balanced, meaning karma. And then the next card down after that could be because of this divine feminine situation. Right. I've been seeing this story quite a bit, right? Maybe somebody had a down low or a dirty little love affair on this divine feminine who now looks completely unbothered and maybe filed for a divorce from somebody, or filed papers because of this love affair. Now you can file alienation of affection if somebody had an affair with your spouse. You can file for alienation of affection against the person they're having an affair with. So maybe there's actual paperwork being filed, or this could be spiritual justice or spiritual court because somebody offended a divine feminine because they decided to have an escapade, right? Ooh, juicy. What's going on, you guys? All right. What fell on the fear card? The fear card is TikTok. Time's up almost. There's a deadline. So there may be a deadline as far as this court situation is concerned, right? Um, Time to file, time to respond, but time seems to be running out, and somebody could be in fear about this time crunch that they're in of having to respond or come up with the money or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? They could be losing a lot in this situation. What's here? We saw the roller coaster. This landed on the balance card, as a matter of fact. So this is the counter card to feeling balance, right? This is like this the temperance card in tarot, remaining balanced. But this is all over the place, up, down, all around, twists and turns, right? So maybe whoever's on this roller coaster realizes that they need to find some sort of balance in this situation before they lose it, right? But we've got trash under there. So if somebody feels discarded, like this old broken piano, maybe somebody, um, maybe they're discarding whatever is keeping them on this roller coaster ride, or it could be vice versa. You know what I mean? Apply it to, if it resonates, apply it to your situation. Roles can be flipped. You know what I mean? On the purpose card, alien. Wow. So we have the purpose. We talked about what is your purpose really as a spiritual being in having a human experience. Are you a healer? What are you here to really accomplish, right? Uh, this says, this card, alien, says two things to me. This says, right, what it says on the card, somebody may be trying to communicate through dreams, songs, or telepathically. But this also, somebody may be a star seed, right, and come from actual alien heritage. Maybe your DNA is uh, alien more so. Maybe live life being an alien on another planet somewhere. I know it may sound far fetched for some, but you know, for us light seekers out there, I for one believe I am a star seed. Okay, intergalactic. All right, so that landed on the purpose. All right, but we saw the court card. We saw that there may be a settlement, some sort of agreement, some sort of compromise coming, or maybe somebody wants to compromise or settle something with you, air signs, or you, them. Somebody needs, somebody's in need of an intervention of some type. Intervention meaning some sort of, like when family and friends get together to intervene for somebody who is in a situation that may be toxic, somebody who has an addiction and they're having an intervention to get that person to go to rehab, or maybe somebody needs to be rescued from this situation, whatever it is. All right, and evidently there's people more than one person involved. There's a few people involved in this whole scenario. And the foundational energy that I'm feeling, air signs, is bounty hunter. Okay, so bounty hunter, somebody is a chaser, somebody's in hot pursuit. Okay, either somebody's actually being chased by the law. All right, because we saw some legal cards here, being chased by bounty hunters because maybe they broke the law in a big way, or whoever was the runner is now the chaser and is in hot pursuit of air sign, or air sign is in hot pursuit of them. Crossing energy, somebody is really, really, really wishing for something. Okay, air signs, either you or them. They're hoping, they're praying, they're yearning for you or something to happen in this situation. They're prayerful because you have history with this person. This could be even a past life remembrance, past life soulmate, somebody you knew maybe during the Egyptian time frame. All right, but there is a deep history between the two. Could be, I guess, could even involve more than one person. Because we all travel in soul groups, soul families, so could be more than that. All right, so Holy Spirit, this is for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Can you show us some additional information about what's happening in their soul right now with the fear, the failure of, the grief, and trying to find balance in their purpose? Can you give us more information about our Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses? I just want to make sure this is okay. All right, I have the Tangled um, card in reverse. So upright. This reminds me of the Eight of Swords type of energy. Um, Having that, just feeling tangled, like you can't move in any direction, like you're overwhelmed with emotion or whatever type of energy is going on that's keeping you kind of stuck, like you can't move. Even though you can move, you feel stuck. All right. This is in the reverse, which is good. Releasing those things that are keeping you tangled or entanglements, things that are keeping people in that Eight of Swords type of energy, releasing it. Okay. And or this could be becoming even more entangled in the uh in that energy that keeps you bound, because of self-sabotage. Okay. So any self-saboteurs out there, a lot of times it is your own doing, that when things don't work out, people, places, and things don't work out, because a lot of people end up shooting themselves in the foot for whatever reason. Maybe this desirous love affair, maybe that's what that may be talking about. I don't know. Um, these are all in the reverse, aren't they? Okay. So, Holy Spirit, please give us additional information for our Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius, or whoever is in their energy. What is up within their soul? Why are they feeling this fear, this failure, this grief that they may be feeling? Can you give us additional messages that can expand on, I know it's itching, what we need to know for the air signs of the universe, please? Why are they feeling these feelings of failure and grief and all that? Is it because of a love affair, Holy Spirit? Is it because of somebody not being truthful about their sexuality? What is it, Holy Spirit? And like I said, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this could be your energy or whoever is in your energy. Conflict. All right. Reminds me of a Five of Swords, from the tarot deck. Conflict. Fives are all about change, and sometimes those changes can be tumultuous, rocky, you know what I'm saying? Full of conflict. Some people thrive on conflict and drama in their lives, and that's what this card is. Disagreements, tug of wars, tension, differing viewpoints. Thanks, Mercury retrograde. Yeah, always at each other's throats. Is that why somebody had this love affair, or is this what's going on currently? I don't know. Hmm. A lot more cards than we thought. Air signs. What's going on here? Yeah. Hmm. All right. Let's start over here. We've got strength that landed on the grief and the failure card for the soul messages, grief and failure. We talked about, even going through life's ups and downs and life turning sideways, that, relying on Holy Spirit and your spirit team, as well as trying to find that intestinal fortitude to remain strong no matter what life throws our way, and it's not always easy to remain strong, you know. Um, I feel that somebody's maybe lacking self love. This is the self love card in the reverse, my air signs. And I think that a lot of issues that people have could be rectified if a lot of times people had self love, right? Self acceptance, self love, especially this person who may be down low, whether they're male or female, having secret little affairs, maybe with the same sex, but being down low and keeping that secret. Um, I think that when you have self love, self acceptance, um, self confidence to be able to speak your truth. Yes, I am, you know, I am gay, I am bisexual, I am a lesbian, I am whatever. Speak your truth and live your truth instead of this down low shit, man. It starts here. It's an inside job, starts with self love. And this is what somebody's lacking, that self acceptance. This lack of self love does not support your spiritual growth. And this landed on the failure card. Okay. Bounty hunter. Yeah, somebody, this is like Seven of Swords type of energy. Somebody, evidently, if you know anything about chess, it's a very strategic game. You need to be very, very mindful and know how to use different strategies to overcome your opponent. This is about playing mind games. This is that Seven of Swords type of energy. Mind games, manipulation, wearing masks, secrets, illusions in order to be able to manipulate others. This was on the bounty hunter, the person who was the runner but now is the chaser. Maybe they tried to control a situation with these negative, low level type of energies like manipulation and mind games, right? Illusions, moon energy, and now they're the chaser. Somebody is wishing, hoping, and praying and yearning, but there's an attachment here. They they may be wishing for you, air signs, you wishing for them, but somebody has an attachment here. This is all about people pleasing, pleasing others, taking pleasing yourself last, right? Because you're always busy trying to help others and make others happy. This could be codependency. Um, hmm. Placing the needs of others above self, right? This people pleasing and codependency energy, this attachment is negative and it does not allow for your soul's growth. Maybe somebody's trying to wish and pray these attachments away, but I have spiritual awakening. Okay. Landed on the TikTok, the deadline, the running out card. Maybe it's somebody's time to spiritually awaken, and maybe spirit has been dropping these downloads, right? Hey, it's time, it's time, it's time. Okay. You don't need to be in this type of situation. It's time for you to spiritually awaken, but your time is about to run out. Okay. If you don't heed or listen to the spiritual downloads that spirit's trying to give, maybe they're fearing that time is going to run out. Maybe they're just kind of waiting, getting the downloads, but not taking the steps to spiritually awaken. Got the balance card here again: alignment, equilibrium, staying balanced. So spirit is really, and this landed underneath the roller coaster card. So we have balance, roller coaster, somebody unbalanced, and then we have balance again. This is spirit saying something really needs to get balanced in whatever the situation is, right? Somebody's feeling guarded, that Seven of Wands type of energy, like they need to keep people at arm's length for whatever reason, closed off, holding back. Um, Isolation. Somebody, this is landed on the alien and the settlement card. Maybe somebody's in that hermit mode right now. Maybe there's a lot going on. Maybe they're trying to figure out what their purpose is. Okay. Maybe they're in that hermit mode. Sometimes you have to be in hermit mode in order to get some clarity on situations because there's guilt. We got fear, failure, grief, guilt. These types of energies can definitely, and conflict, these energies can definitely keep you from moving forward, that's for sure. And I picked up the conflict card, and the next card is somebody needs to purge purge these energies. Okay, look at this. Purge. Get out of this conflicted state, whether this is conflict with yourself or with others. Got to get out of it. Get out of that victim mindset. Get out of that victim mindset. Why? Because there are attachments, codependency, people pleasing type of attachments that are happening because somebody is lacking self love. All right. They're not, and they may be feeling oppressed, I don't know, but this is, kind of energy that just keeps you stuck like Chuck. And here we go again. We got shame. Got shame. This landed on the settlement card and the intervention card. Shame. Maybe somebody's feeling shame because of this love affair or being on the down low. This guilt and shame. I don't know. Maybe because they overlooked a divine feminine energy in their life. Not gender specific, just energy. It's time for healing, though, right? It's time for healing. It's time for healing, air signs, or whoever is in air energy. It's time for healing. Move beyond these feelings that, you can feel them briefly, but you can't get stuck in this grief and remorse and failure. I'm a failure, and, guilt and shame. You won't be able to live your best life if you're sinking and trying to keep your head above water, feeling those feelings. All right, time for healing and recovery. Whether that's recovery from an addiction, toxic situation, or loving yourself, that's what it's all about, is healing in order to move towards North Node, because you're here to live your best life. Why? Because you have a purpose here. You have a purpose here. You're being divinely guided. Divinely guided. This is your spirit guides, your angels, the divine. All of your spirit team is guiding you towards the future, towards the abundance that is yours, air signs, or whoever's watching for air signs. But you can't clearly hear what your guides and your spirit team has to tell you, stuck in the muck and mire of fear, failure, grief, guilt, and shame. Absolve yourself. Absolve yourself. Atonement. Absolve yourself and absolve others that may have trespassed against you previously. Okay. I know most air signs don't hold on to, as far as other people, don't hold on to grudges. So this could be against yourself or whoever is in your energy. Maybe they need to hear this message as well. atonement for yourself and atonement for others, forgiveness, whatever, in order to listen to your spirit team, in order to move forward towards North Node, being spiritually guided. Let all that other shit go. All right. So, wow, very, very powerful message, air signs. Very powerful message of moving forward, not being stuck. And I don't know why I'm starting to tear up. I mean, it just feels like that heartfelt type of energy, and to know that there may be spirit beings out there that are feeling stuck in these feelings. It's really hard. It feels emotional, you know. Um, yeah. So I'm sending you positive energy. Whoever is feeling like this, air signs or air sign cross watchers, I'm sending you guys positive energy, because it's time for healing. It's time for healing, and it's time to move forward, to live your best freaking life, and that is point blank and period. You know what I'm saying? Yep. No matter what mistakes were made in the past, it's time to move forward. Okay. Let's see. So feeling this way also can put some of your chakras out of alignment, you know what I mean? So Holy Spirit, at this time, what chakras do our air signs need to be aware of at this time? Hopefully as they go through healing or go towards healing, what chakras do they need to be aware of at this time that may need balance or are out of balance? What do they need to know? Yeah. Yeah. And here we go again in the bottom energy. We've got isolation. And we saw that card of isolation previously. Somebody, where is it? Somebody feeling isolated for whatever reason. Here we go. Somebody may be in hermit mode or may feel like this is the best time for them to just be off to themselves, or maybe they're feeling ostracized in some sort of way, by maybe a group of people, or I don't know. All right, so the main energy here, and that's in crossing energy, is root energy and your root chakra. And this is insecurity. Somebody feeling insecure. This landed on the fear and the balance card. Somebody's feeling this insecurity. They don't trust their heart, or their heart chakra is blocked or whatever. So they're not firmly rooted and grounded. All right. And this, and other types of energies, devil energy, right? Feeling grief or being stuck in grief, shame, remorse, blah, 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 blah. Those are all considered devil energies, right? This also could contribute to addictions, obsessions, you know, just being in that devil energy, you know. So somebody's feeling insecure about something. Forgiveness. Mercury retrograde is all about maybe, looking back on past situations involving people in your life and asserting that forgiveness, or maybe you need forgiveness, or maybe you need to forgive, air signs. And this is that crown chakra at the top of your head, you know, that where spirit puts some downloads. Perseverance. I believe this is sacral chakra, like your sexual organs. Perseverance. Okay. Maybe somebody feels like a failure because they're not, or in this grief and failure, because they're not giving forgiveness or accepting forgiveness. Or maybe they feel like a failure because they're not persevering, because they feel like they have to be perfect. Perfectionism. Sometimes we could be our own worst enemy, right? Faith. And there's a lot of crown chakra colors up here. This purpose is crown chakra. We've got forgiveness, right? And we've got this faith. Have faith in your spirit team, your ancestors who make up 7 generations of your spirit team. The divine, the source. Have faith. Even if it's as small as a mustard seed. All right. You're created for a reason. You have a purpose. Right? We're all co-creating here with the creator, with all of that, all the creation has been created by the source, right? The creator. It's all about your purpose. And this is the color of the ethers. And even though you can't see your spiritual team, they're always surrounding you, air signs, whether you believe it or not. That's your angels, your archangels, the divine, your spirit guides, your ancestors, and whoever else is on your spirit team. People that have passed over, pets, whatever. Okay? They're all in the ethers guiding you towards North Node. Okay? But if you're feeling this insecurity and you let this devil energy in, it's like a tug of war, right? It's like a tug of war. All right. So what messages would your angel team like to give to the air signs, Holy Spirit? What would the angels on their spirit team, what messages would they like to give our Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius? I have listened deeply. This actually came in the reverse, but I turned it up right. Maybe somebody's not listening deeply to spirit. Maybe your spirit team is trying to talk to you, but you're not listening deeply. Okay? And it's so funny because this person has their hand over their heart, right? Like blocking their heart. And this person has their arms crossed over their heart. Okay? So I would say not only is this have to pertain to the root chakra, right, of not being grounded, okay, but also maybe closing off of the heart chakra. You know, maybe some work needs to be done on that in order for you to be able to listen deeply or tune into your spiritual team. It's time for opportunity and change, though. All right. Time for opportunity and change. Holy Spirit, what messages from the spirit team, the angelic realm, do you have for our air signs? What angelic messages do you have for our air signs today, Holy Spirit? What angelic messages do you have for our Geminis and our Libras and our Aquarius today, leading us through the rest of September? What angelic messages do you have? Can I have one more, please? One more, please, Holy Spirit. For our Geminis, Libra, and Aquarius, please. Whoa, whoa. Hold on. All right. don't normally take cards that fall on the floor, but Spirit said it was okay to take this card, and so I am. But first, in the at the bottom of the deck, and that was spiritual burp, excuse me, we have manifestation, okay? So we've got to transmute those negative energies, air signs. We got to transmute them and transform them so that you're able to move forward. And that comes with healing so that you can manifest exactly what Spirit has in store for you. Okay. And you can manifest whatever it is that you want and desire, and feel that sense of accomplishment, not the feeling of failure. Okay. Everybody fails or feels like a failure at some point in time in their life, but that's not the end of the world, So the card that fell on the floor, Spirit told me to keep this one, is composure, right? Because we keep seeing this card in your reading, and that is the card of balance. Okay, the card of balance, and that's emotionally as well as grounded. Okay, very, very important, and to tap in and tune in to what your purpose is, so that you can manifest it. And then what else do we have? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. 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 I'm going to get to this card last. This landed on the perfection card. Okay. Take a step back. All right. Take a step back and evaluate some things, air signs. It's not all about how things look. Everything does not have to be perfect. Okay. You can't control everything. All right. It's okay if it's not perfect. And if you're looking at yourself to be perfect, stop being so hard on yourself. Take a step back and reevaluate some things. Be kinder and more gentler to yourself and others. It's not all about perfectionism. And like we were saying, this is in the crossing energy, so I know this is powerful. Transmute that negative freaking energy of fear, doubt, worry, grief, you know, whatever, isolation, shame, guilt. Transmute and transform that energy into positive energy that fuels you and works for you and propels you forward. And to be honest with you, this reminds me of like a drag queen right here. Okay. Transformation. Like this person who was on the down low and having secret affairs and not being truthful about maybe their sexual orientation. This is Spirit's way of saying, be true, be authentic, okay, to yourself. Because that is the only way to live your best life, and so that you can soar, because you unloaded all this other bullshit here. Okay, you unloaded it all, and you're free like a bird to soar. All right, so I think that's like the strongest angelic message so far. All right, Holy Spirit, ancestors, what do the ancestors have to say for our air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah. Continue to be that warrior. Continue to find that inner strength, that inner that intestinal fortitude. All right, that strength inside of you to continue to be this warrior, air signs. All right, Mother, this is very strong energy. Maybe some of you guys are becoming mothers. Some of you guys need your mothers. Some guys are thinking about your mothers who have passed on or and are still guiding you from the other side. I definitely know my mother is guiding me from the other side and still very much involved in what's happening in my life. Um, yeah, maybe somebody needs some nurturing, okay? Or maybe that was lacking. Okay, maybe that's why this feeling, maybe that's why the, these feelings are on the table, because maybe somebody was lacking that nurturing motherly type of energy. I think that's going to be it for the ancestor messages. Oh, maybe I'll get a few more. All right, Holy Spirit. That was just in the hidden energy. Okay, so what other messages from the ancestor team for our air signs do you have for air? Sorry, I didn't mean to say Aries. For Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, what messages did you have to say? Maybe you have an Aquarius in your life. I mean, an Aries in your life. I don't know. Maybe there's a cross watcher that's an Aries. All right. So what do we have here? We have Dancer in the hidden energy. All right, so I must have had my cards upside down, so I'm going to write them. Okay, so Tree. This landed on the Perseverance card, as well as Take a Step Back. Balance. Here we go again. This is the third or fourth time, air signs, we've seen balance come out in this reading. So this is most important for you to be rooted and grounded like this tree, okay? And not sideways in the insecurity that we saw, somebody feeling insecure and not feeling that groundedness. All right? You need to be firmly grounded like that tree. And maybe you are a dancer, okay? Rhythm maker. Maybe you set the tempo, maybe you're a musician. Maybe you're a storyteller. All right. Maybe you have this wild imagination. Maybe you're a writer or a storyteller or some sort of maybe actor or something like that. Or maybe if you are a drag queen, maybe you tell a story. Maybe you're very imaginative. Maybe you tell a story through your act. Here we go again. Spirit guide. Yeah. Shaman. Maybe some of you are shamans. Maybe you do have spiritual gifts, but this is in line with the card that we saw earlier of you being divinely guided. Yeah, where is that card anyway? I was looking for it, but I can't find it. Of you being divinely guided. Okay. So listen to those downloads that Spirit's trying to send you, you know. I know for me, I see hummingbirds all the time, and I feel like that's the spirit of my my mother, and my aunt, one of my aunts. That they come to visit me for a brief time, and they let me know without a shadow of a doubt that they are there. There is no coincidences. So it could be spirit's way of just giving you those messages, and then finally, we're gonna get a moonology, since this is a full moon in Pisces. Holy Spirit, this is for our Geminis, our Libras, and Aquarius. What moonology messages can you show us today for the air sign collective? All right. We've got full moon in Libra. Find balance. Oh my God. I cannot make this shit up, guys. Air signs or air sign cross watchers, this is so important. Balance, like spirit is just hammering this, they're hammering this into your head. Somebody needs to find balance in their life. Okay, being unbalanced is not sustainable energy. And first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. All right, Holy Spirit, any last messages or moonology messages that you would like for the air signs to see at this time, as it is the full moon in Pisces today and Mercury retrograde. Woo. Holy Spirit, what moonology cards would you like for the air signs to see at this time? Oh, wow. This is really beautiful. And I'm going to leave it here, you guys. Wow. Last quarter moon in Taurus, okay? But the overall message is be proud of yourself. Self-love, okay? Self-acknowledgement. And last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather, okay? Now you can look at the different moon messages. It could be during that time, maybe that you start feeling these feelings, but the overall messages are right here, and that is to be very proud of yourself and take a breather, relax, relate, and release. Find balance. All right, this is Cancer energy. This is mother energy. This is nurturing energy. Maybe it's time to nurture yourself first and foremost so that you can nourish others. And healing, I cannot say that enough. Air signs, healing from some of that energy we saw on the table is like priority. All right. All right, you guys. So this is the end of our air sign reading. I love you guys so very, very much. I hope somebody got something out of this reading, and this will enable you to get through the full moon as well as the starting of Mercury retrograde. You can navigate it a little bit better, you guys. All right, my Geminis, Libras, and my Aquarius. So thank you so much. I love you guys so, so very much. The light in me honors the light in my air sign collective. Thank you so much. This is your girl Tracy, Ascension 225 Tarot and Oracle. Namaste, y'all. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Peace out.